Hi mga kawawmat! In this video, we will discuss subsets of real numbers. Okay, so our objectives illustrate the different subsets of real numbers and we will arrange real numbers in increasing and decreasing order. So first, let's have first the illustrations of the real number system. So the real numbers, meron siyang dalawang subsets, the rational numbers and the irrational numbers. So as you can see, no, yung rational numbers natin is bigger than irrational. Why? Kasi marami tayong rational numbers. Okay? So the subsets of rational numbers are integers and non-integers. Okay? Now, the subsets of integers, we have the negative numbers and the whole numbers. And then under the whole numbers, we have 0 and the positive numbers. Now, remember that etong positive numbers natin is also called the natural numbers or the counting numbers. So, they are just the same. So, ulitin ko, under rational numbers, we have two subsets, the integers and non-integers, where integers includes the negative numbers and the whole numbers, where your whole numbers includes the 0 and the positive numbers, positive, counting, or natural. Okay. Now, under non-integers, dito papasok si fractions, si percent, at si decimals. In decimals, we only have type of decimals na under ng rational numbers the repeating and non-terminating decimals. So, yung mga repeating and non-terminating lang po ang under ng rational numbers and also yung ating terminating decimals. Ito yung exact, yung nakukuha natin yung exact value niya. Okay? So, these are the decimals under rational numbers. So, if we will be getting the union of integers and non-integers, then that is rational numbers. Okay? And if we will be getting the intersection, pag kinuha natin yung intersection, anong meron sa integers and non-integers, the intersection of integers and non-integers, then that is an empty set. Kasi, as you can see, hindi sila nag-overlap. 'Di ba? So hindi sila nag-overlap, therefore walang intersection ng integers and non-integers natin. So take note natin yung family ng ating rational numbers na kabilang or also one of the subsets of real numbers. Now, another subset of real numbers is the irrational number. So, dito papasok yung isang kind ng decimal which is the non-repeating and non-terminating decimals. So, kagaya ng example is yung pi. If you are familiar with pi, yung 3.14, dot, dot, dot. So, yun po ang isang example ng non-repeating and non-terminating decimals. That's why pi is under irrational numbers. Okay? So this is the family and the illustration of real numbers. So we have the rational numbers and irrational numbers. And the rational numbers, we have the integers and non-integers. And these are the family of integers. And these are the family of non-integers. Okay. So let's proceed. So, the subsets of real numbers, actually, this is any number that can be found on the number line. Rational man yan or irrational man yan, those are all real numbers. Okay? And they are all can be found on the number line. So, lahat ng yon, rational or irrational, can be found on the number line. So, if we will try to arrange rational and irrational numbers on the number line in increasing and decreasing order, pwede nating gamitin ang number line para ma-visualize natin yung arrangement niya. Okay, let's have an example. So, if we will try to arrange, let's have square root of 2. Now, we all know that square root of 2, kung napanood nyo yung previous video na estimating the square root of a number, this is 1.414 or kapag to the nearest hundreds, this is 1.41. Okay? So kung 1.4, if this is your 1.5, therefore saan natin siya ipa-plot? Dito, usog tayo konti. And this is your 1.4. So square root of 2, dito siya. Okay? So, kailangan, you try to plot or graph muna yung ating mga real numbers. Malalaman nyo kung ano ang arrangement niya sa increasing and decreasing order. And then another, let's have negative 1 and 1/2. Okay, by the way, this is an example of irrational number. Okay, this one. So this is an example of a fraction, okay? Specifically, mixed number, right? So negative 1 and 1/2 is actually negative 1.5. So, kung ito yung negative 1, ito yung kalahati. So, this is your negative 1 and 1/2. Ayun po ang graph niya. Okay? So, nakakatulong to, no? Kapag nagpa-plot tayo, malalaman natin yung arrangement ng decreasing and increasing order ng ating real numbers. Okay, another. If I have 3.5, so 3.5 is an example of yes, this is an example of terminating kasi exact value siya, 3.5. Okay? So, 3.5. So, dito siya. If this is 3, so dito yung kalahati. So, 3.5. So, this is an example of terminating decimal. Let's have another. So, I have 3/4. So, this is a fraction. So, under rational numbers. So, a fraction under rational numbers. And this is specifically proper fraction. Okay, so 3/4. If this is 1/2, therefore, this is 3/4. Okay, so dito ang graph niya. Okay, let's have another. So this is an example of what? Under what type or kind of real number? So this is an example of repeating. Okay, since repeating siya, therefore, non-terminating. So, repeating and non-terminating decimal. So, this is still under rational number. So, kung ipa-plot natin siya, if this is 2.5, so, lampas tayo ng konti. Ay, 2.5, baliktad pala tayo kasi negative siya. So, 2.5, so, ito yung 2.6. Usog tayo dito ng konti. So, ayun po siya. Okay? Next, I have square root of 4. Okay, square root of 4 is rational, and square root of 4 is equal to, what is the square root of 4? That is 2. So, therefore, dyan ang graph niya. And square root of 4 is under rational and integer kasi square root of 4 is 2. Okay? So, tandaan po ang ating mga concept kasi mamaya magta-test tayo. Magta-try tayong sumagot. Okay? Next, I have negative 4. So, negative 4 is under rational number and this is integer. Okay? Negative integer. So, kung ipa-plot natin siya, dyan po siya. Okay. So, let's have the pi. So, pi is an irrational number. Okay? And we all know that pi is approximately 3.14. Okay? So, 3.14, if this is 3.5, 3.4, 3.3, so 3.2, so malamang dito siya. Okay? So, 3.14, so this is the graph of our pi. Okay. So, what are the facts or concepts about real numbers? So, let's take it one by one. So, the set of whole numbers is a subset of the set of integers. So, this is true. Why? Because yung whole numbers can be found in the set of integers. Pag sinabing subset, makikita mo siya doon. So, si whole numbers, nakikita natin siya sa set of integers. Tama? So, this is true. Another, the union of the set of rational numbers and the set of irrational numbers is the set of real numbers. So, pag sinabing union, we're going to combine. So, this is set operation. Okay? So, we will combine, if we will be combining rational and irrational numbers, ang magiging sagot ba ay real numbers? Yes. Okay, so this is true. Next, the intersection of the set of positive integers and the set of negative integers is an empty set. Kung kukunin natin yung intersection, when we say intersection, common. So, meron bang common between positive integers and negative integers? Wala po. That's why it's an empty set. So, this is true. Okay. So, let's have set operations and set on real numbers. So, I have here set A, B, C, and the universal set. Okay. So, let us find first the elements of set A. So, set A, we have counting numbers less than 6. So, what are those numbers less than 6 o mas mababa sa 6. So, we have set A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, make sure na tama ang pag-list natin ng elements dito kasi pag mali tayo dito, there might be a possibility na magkakamali rin tayo sa ating answers. Okay? So, let's have set B. So, set B, add numbers between 1 and 10. So, ano yung mga add numbers? What are those numbers o add numbers between? Nasa gitna ng 1 and 10. So, we have 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay, let's have set C. So, set C, even numbers from 1 to 10. So, even numbers from 1 to 10. So, simula sa 1 hanggang 10, what are the even numbers? So, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the universal set is the counting numbers less than 11. So, pag sinabi natin counting numbers, this is also positive or natural number. So, counting numbers, so from 1 less than 11, so ibig sabihin, 11 is not included. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so kulang ito ng 9. So, dapat may kasama po siyang 9. Okay? Now, let's have A union B. So, again ha, meron po tayong 9 dito. Okay, so let's have A union B. So, ibig sabihin, we will be getting the combination. We will combine the set of elements in A and in B. So, kung pagsasamahin natin lahat ng elements nito, so we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. So, ito po yun. Kung as you can see, ma'am, dalawa po yung 3, dalawa po yung 5, yes. Pero kapag sets kasi, there's no repetition. Okay? So, next, let's have number 2. A intersection C. So, pag sinabi nating intersection, we will just get the common elements, yung pareho. So, ang elements ni A ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ang elements ni C naman ay 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So, the question is, what is the intersection? Anong meron sa A na meron sa C? So, tingnan mabuti. Meron siyang 2. Pareho silang may 4. Meron pa ba? Wala na po. So, the answer is 2, 4. Okay, let's have number 3. So, I have here the union of A intersection B and set C. So, paano natin to gagawin? Okay, so first, ang una munang kukunin is the A intersection B. Kunin muna natin si A intersection B. So, kunin natin kung anong meron sa A na meron kay B. And that is, pareho silang may 3, pareho silang may 5. So, the answer is 3, 5. Okay? And then, just copy the elements of set C. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so nakuha na natin yung A intersection B, which is 3, 5. And then yung set C natin, that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So now, we can now get the union. Pagsasamahin natin to ngayon. Okay, so if we will combine these two, we will have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Okay, let's have number 4. So, number 4, I have here the complement of A union B. So, ano yung wala sa A union B pero nasa universal set? Okay? So, unang gagawin, kunin muna natin yung hindi complement, yung A union B. Okay? So, kukunin muna natin yung combination ni set A at ni set B. Ang laman ni A ay ito. Ang laman ni B ay ito. So, we will combine. So, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Okay. Nakuha na natin yung A union B. Now, ang question is, the complement. Pag sinabing complement, ano yung wala dito, pero nasa universal set? Okay. So, tignan natin. May 1, may 2, may 3, may 4, may 5, wala siyang 6, wala siyang 8, wala siyang 10. So, therefore, the complement is 6, 8, 10. So, ano yung wala dito? na nasa universal set because we are getting the complement. Okay. Next, number 5. So, we will be getting the intersection of the complement of A and C. So, our A, kunin muna natin ang complement ni A. So, if this is your A, pag sinabing complement, ano yung wala dito pero nasa universal set? So, ano yung wala dito pero nasa universal set? We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? 9, 10 ha, kasi may 9 tayo dyan. Na typo tayo dyan. Okay? So, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now, so yung set C natin, meron tayong, ang laman niya ay 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, kunin na natin yung intersection ng dalawa. Anong meron sa A, sa complement ni A, at sa C? So, meron silang parehong 8 at 10. So, the answer is 8, 10. Okay. So, let us have an example. So, test yourself. So, tick the column if the given number belongs to the set of numbers. So, I have here, you may pause the video so you can try to answer and then check your answer. Okay? So, if I have 0, so 0 is a counting number, whole number and an integer. So, since 0 is under whole number, so therefore, this is also under integer. Okay? And since integer is a subset of rational numbers, so therefore, 0 is also a rational number. Next, I have negative 2.6 vinculum. So this is an example of repeating and non-terminating decimals. So, kung decimal siya, is it a counting number? No. Kasi ito ay under whole integers lahat. So, therefore, since this is under non-integer, so this is a rational number. Next, I have cube root of 7. So, since this is not a perfect cube, pag sinabi nating perfect cube, halimbawa 8. So, the cube root of 8 is 2. Why 2? Because if we will be multiplying 2 3 times by itself, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. So, therefore, 8 is a perfect cube. So, if I have here cube root of 7, so since this is not a perfect cube, then this is irrational. Next, I have 5. Okay, so 5 is a counting number. This is also a whole number. An integer, so if this is an integer, then this is a rational number. Next, I have 0.14253. So, this is an example of non-repeating and non-terminating. So, kung non-repeating and non-terminating siya, so therefore, this is irrational number. Next, negative 8. So, negative 8 is not a whole number. This is not also a counting number, okay? But this is an integer, okay? Kasi this is under negative integer. So, kung integer siya, therefore this is rational number. Next, I have square root of 9, okay? If we will be getting the root or the square root of 9, that is equal to 3. And 3 is a rational number. Okay? So, square root of 9 is a rational number kasi yung square root ng 9 can be expressed in the form of A over B. Okay? So, square root of 9 is a rational number because its root can be expressed in A over B. And the last one, we have pi. So, pi is 3.14, approximately 3.14, no? And that is an example of non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. So, that is under irrational number. Alright, let's have true or false. So, all whole numbers are integers. Is this true? Okay, that is true. Next, 0 is a positive integer. That is false because 0 is not a positive integer. Number 3, 0 is a counting number. Is it a counting number? No, so this is false. Number 4, all counting numbers are whole numbers. That is true Number 5, the largest negative integer is negative 1. That is true because kung titingnan natin, if we will be looking at the number line, the number on the right side is always bigger than the number on the left side. So, since yung negative 1 ang pinaka nasa kanan, so therefore, negative 1 is the largest negative integer. Next, all rational numbers are integers. Lahat ba ng rational numbers are integers? No, because we also have non-integers. So, therefore, that is false. Number 7, all integers are rational numbers. That is true because integers are subset of rational numbers. Number 8, all irrational numbers are real numbers. Makikita ba natin si irrational number sa real number? Is it a subset? Yes. So, therefore, this is true. Okay, ayun. And then next, number 9, the union of the set of rational numbers and the set of irrational number is the set of real numbers. Pag pinagsama ba natin yung rational at irrational is real number? Okay, if we will try to get the combination, yes, that is the real number. And then number 10, the intersection of the set of positive integers and the set of negative integers is an empty set. So, if we will try to get the intersection, yung common between positive and negative integers, meron ba silang common? Wala po. So, that is true. Okay? Because wala, since empty set ito, so ibig sabihin wala daw. So, this is true.